Hey guys, and happy Homebrew Wednesday. Okay, I have right here the first pint out of the second keg of my SjPorr Challenge beer. Alright, you will notice it is not clear, well, not crystal clear, and that's because I didn't use the two-part clearing agents on this keg like I did with the first keg. I gave it 14 days to ferment. I racked it into a secondary. I let it sit for 3 days straight into the keg. Now the thing I don't understand about this is it's undercarbonated, and I don't really know why. I put the keg in my refrigerator. I left it there for a day to get down to the right temperature, and my fridge is currently 38 degrees. I took it out. I force carbonated it by cranking my regulator up to 20 psi and shaking this thing for 10 minutes. I put it back in the refrigerator and left it sit under 20 psi for 2 days. And now it's at the 12 psi serving pressure, but it just, for some reason, it didn't take the carbonation like the first keg did. Now, no worries about that really, because it's sitting under 12 psi, so in the next couple of days or a week or so it will be carbonated the way it's supposed to be. I think at that temperature and that pressure, the CO2 volume, I don't know, should be 2.2 or 2.4. Alright, please correct me in the comment section if that is wrong. Alright, I'm just taking a guess here, guys. But yeah, as far as the beer itself goes, this beer doesn't really have a whole lot of head. Alright, I mean, pretty decent lacing, but not the wild head that the first keg had. It's still got, no hop aroma, but I may have been a little premature in my description of the beers out of the first keg. This beer is really starting to come into its own. I mean, when you first drink it, you can taste the hops. They are definitely there, but then the hops, they die off mid-swallow, so to speak, and the malt profile really comes out. I mean, you can definitely taste the American two-row and the Maris Otter that went into this. Okay, I used a little Victory malt, and I've never used that before. I don't know what it tastes like, so if that flavor profile is coming through in the beer, I would be the last one to know. Okay, updates. My German alt beer clone is still in primary fermentation. This is day number 10. I'm going to let it sit for 14 days before I rack it into secondary. I may or may not add the two-part clearing agents to that. I haven't made up my mind yet. We'll see what it does naturally. Now, I did read that the yeast I used was very not indicative, so to speak, of clear beers. It just doesn't come out of suspension, so more than likely I will be using the clearing agents. Just a quick update on the wines that I made back in December. Okay, they are all currently in third racking, and that's where they will stay. I have a gallon batch of mead, a strawberry wine, a raspberry wine, or a blueberry wine, and a strawberry raspberry wine. The mead I will leave where it is until mid to late October. Okay, then it'll be 10 months old, and after I add the potassium metabisulfate and the potassium sorbate, I will back sweeten that with honey, just to bring out a little more flavor or whatnot. I will be bottling that probably beginning in November, but I'm not going to touch it until Thanksgiving. That'll make the wine almost 12 months old before I sample it. Okay, and I've never done a mead before, guys, which is why I didn't do a melomel. I wanted to try a mead, and I wanted to do just a mead at first. If that batch turns out the way I'm hoping, well, then I will make a traditional mead and maybe a strawberry or raspberry melomel in December of, well, at the end of the year. The other wines, the strawberry, the blueberry, and the strawberry raspberry, are also in third racking, and I will leave them probably another 4 or 6 weeks. Okay, I will remember to degas them this time. Okay, I will add the potassium metabisulfite. I'll let it sit for 24 hours for all the sulfur dioxide gas to do its thing, and then leave the wines. I will stabilize it with potassium sorbate. I will back sweeten it the traditional way, and hopefully they turn out a whole lot better than my banana wine. Okay, lesson learned, guys, don't use the artificial flavoring. Okay, I've got a 5-gallon batch, a wine that I can't drink, and I mean, I wouldn't even give it away to my friends, because if they try this, they're just going to look at me sideways and be like, dude, we thought you could brew. So, when the time comes, I'll probably end up pitching that banana shit straight into the garden or into the toilet, because I'm not going to drink it. I'm not going to drink it anyway, and I mean, if I'm not going to drink it, I want the bottles back. As you can see from behind me, I've been taking up a lot of my free time by, you know, finishing up the bar down here in the garage. I've got 3 walls completely finished. Okay, I have the wall directly behind the camera right now that I have to do, and I'm saving that one for last because I don't feel like ripping out the shelf that I have the TV and the PlayStation on. So it's going to require a little nifty measuring and cutting the sheets. I'm just going to cut a huge notch out of the sheet, put it up against the wall, and just slide it, and it'll fit right around the shelf. Okay, sounds easy peasy, but I couldn't use a tape measure to save my life. Alright, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the ceiling of the bar yet. Okay, give you a little layout of the way my garage looks. It looks just kind of like a barn. It's got 4 walls, and they go straight up to the roof trusses, kind of an open design. And in order to build the bar, I've got 2x4 directly over my head on 16-inch centers, mainly just to hold up the wall next to, on this side of me. Now, I was originally planning on boxing this in, and then that would supply a loft, so to speak, to store things on top of. But as you know, I'm a smoker, and so is my brother, whom is the one person I spend most of my time with down here in the bar. And you can't drink and not smoke, and the more you drink, the more you smoke. And the problem we might run into is if I plywood over the ceiling, well, then my brother and I will probably end up dying from secondhand smoke. I can box in 3/4 of the ceiling and just leave an area, you know, on that side or on this side, you know, for the smoke to roll up and, you know, kind of like keep clear. I haven't really decided yet when the pellet stove goes in to the wall directly behind the camera. I mean, it's big enough to heat this entire garage. Okay, the garage is 16 feet by 24 feet, I believe. and the bar itself is 16 feet this way and 8.5 feet this way. It's and the pellet stove, I believe, is 75,000 BTUs or 70,000. So yeah, no matter how cold it gets outside, it will be damn toasty in here, whether I decide to put a ceiling on or not. But alright, anyway, I'm babbling now, guys. I know this is a short one, but if you follow my Homebrew Wednesday video, short is probably a good thing. Alright, so anyway, I hope your week this far has been good. I hope the rest of your week could be even better. Until the next video, take care of yourselves. Cheers. 17.